Technically, I did wait. It released last night. Technically, I did wait. All right, guys. Nowfield finally? No. We're not at Nowfield yet. We'll have the clients installed on our computers when it's Nowfield time, but we're still in the Winfield period, okay? We're at the precursor of Nowfield, okay? We're not quite there yet. No, I have not finished chapter 15. We're doing that tomorrow morning. All right, around this same, well, a couple hours earlier from this time tomorrow. But even though we haven't completed that chapter just yet, this is just such a it's so different. It's so different from what I remember. Oh man, I forgot the freaking blinds. It's so different from what I remember with the beta. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because this is really exciting. This is really exciting. This means that they were working this entire time when we were sitting here crying for a release date. They were not ready to release this. They had so much new stuff in just this trailer alone. It makes me wonder how much did they really change, not only from the prologue, but across the board in terms of the story. How much stuff were they hiding in plain sight? Because, oh God, my eyes. A lot of this stuff was just hidden in plain sight. First off, I apologize for the green. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm by a window and the sun is pointing, you know, that. So, yeah, Gilbert, a name change, I pray. I'm excited to see how the boss is going to play out. Man, that's actually another thing that's actually racking my brain right now. You haven't watched this fully yet? Okay, we're going to watch it from the very beginning because a lot of it, if you're just watching it like I was with the video, you don't really process all of that. I've watched it a couple times after that, and I was like, wait, the voice lines are different. I don't remember her sounding like this. Hold on, is this did they take our feedback in terms of Perlica sounding dead? Wait, this isn't necessarily Perlica. Is this just another voice actor for the priestess Perlica? Like, what? Like, there's so much new in this that you don't process it on just a one watch. Like, you literally have to watch it multiple times. So the entire point of this is because I'm pretty sure there's still stuff I'm missing. I'm pretty sure there's still things that that I haven't caught on to, because after watching it so many times, I even made a tweet about this. Hold on, let me pull this up. I even made a tweet about, oh no. Almost made a great mistake. Okay, I had to think about this for a second. I even made a tweet about this. I didn't realize this part here, even when playing the previous betas, because people pointed out that this is at the very beginning of the game. Like, I have to literally explain this to people because it has no significance at the beginning of the game. At the beginning of the game is just an icon, right? Like, none of this matters to anybody. It's just a little icon that's floating telling you how to play the game. But then you get to chapter 15 where you're learning more about Priestess and how she has control over PRTS. And you're like, wait. This is PRTS's hand. Like, it now has significance. It now has lore behind it. So it's now a whole nother thing. It's not just an icon anymore. Her influence is everywhere. Holy shit. Let me put you guys up here so we can see the chat. So the whole point of this, right, is to talk about this as a collective because I'm excited. I don't know how many other people are excited, but I just wanted to have a moment to talk about this with people. So we're going to start from the very beginning, right? And we're just going to have a nice little discussion. I encourage you guys, please share this with other like Discord groups and stuff so that we can get more people in here that are also excited for this and that want to have discussion about this thing. So you're incredibly excited. What's up, Caliber? Yeah, I have high expectations of these guys. They have cooked amazing, bro. It's not even a. The more that we're sitting here waiting, it's just a matter of how much have they changed in this short period of time. Because every time we see the game, it's different. Every single time we see it, it's different. So, what's up, Baki? Everything about Priestess and is anything but general. Anything but general. At 15 minutes feels like a whole movie, brother. It feels what's the term? Not cinematic. I'm gonna use cinematic because I can't think of the actual word. It feels cinematic. It feels like this is a whole experience, right? So I'm gonna start this from the beginning. And now, and now it's no longer a controversy. It's no longer like people have been saying I was bugging about this. Now it's for sure. Every single time we make a significant jump in the story for Arknights, we are now getting something for Endfield. Like it's no longer even for debate. It's no longer a question. The first time, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Babble, okay. The second time, okay, man, we have something here. This is weird. See you in chapter 16 soon. They'll probably wait for global.
Administrator has arrived.
So you just finished watching my video for this? I wish I would have waited a little bit before making that because now I have like, I've watched it like so many times and I'm just here like, oh my God, I keep finding something here. I wish these green lines would disappear so you guys wouldn't have to worry about. Also, let's go another 8 months on another channel. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Afro.
You've arrived. What took you so long?
Sorry, I was held up. Originium.
Blessing.
Hold on. Let me see if I can actually just pull up. Can I pull up? Hold on. I'm pulling up my Arknights Endfield folder. Enfield CBT. Is this the whole intro that I have here? It is. Okay, I'm going to upload this and send this over to my... You know what? Do I have a flash drive over here? No, I'm not going to look for that. Drive. Let's go ahead and move this over here. And then when that's done uploading, I'll download it on this computer and we'll watch it side by side with, yeah, okay.
But stolen and tainted. Your fate isn't confined to one path.
Whoa, what happened?
This time.
Okay, guys, we're supposed to be analyzing this. What's going on here? Afro with the 5 gifted. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. If anyone has received one of those gifted memberships, make sure you thank Afro for this. Okay. Stop donating. Stop donating.
Your fate isn't confined to one path. This time, leave no regrets. Travel forth.
This time, leave no regrets.
Administrator. Originium is the pillar of life, the link that connects everyone.
Now this right here, it's now kind of feels like it's connecting the stuff that you've learned over the last few chapters about Originium, not chapters, through Babel with Teresa. Yeah, Teresa. With Babel, right? It's trying to make sure that you're tying everything together. Why are you DMing me? Okay.
This expedition must not fail.
Todos toes. Something's wrong with you, bro.
Campaign.
This will be a difficult campaign. Animations look smoother. The UI on PlayStation looks so smooth.
The enemy is here.
Got more flashy. A more flashy basic attack now. It actually feels a little faster too.
Angle. The most alien life form that never tires. For over
And that dodge, man. The dodge now looks more solid. More impactful. Tobito turning in his grave. He actually is more excited. I don't really know why people keep saying that. He's dropped the whole dodge conversation. People made that into something that wasn't as fun as it could have been.
The Angloid grows in number. Press on. This town cannot stop us.
I actually thought the tower was missing here. When I first saw this, I was like, wait, no, they didn't get rid of that scene, did they? And then they turned here. I was like, okay, thank you.
Your end awaits.
Because I don't know about you guys, but having these tie-ins to the original game's story makes this so much more interesting to me. Yeah, I noticed it. Hold on, we'll get there.
Countless dreams and sacrifices gave rise to this tower. As its successor, we will not let it fall.
These flowers are...
I love the quote here.
A tomb. A lonely soul, never meant to bear such burdens.
I love the quote here.
In the end,
You chose not to let go. I love it. Rest in peace, Teresa. And then you got the giant Originium golem on the right side. It should show it a little bit right there.
And hear the Originium weep.
That thing is fighting for dear life too.
Our time is short. We can no longer retreat. Let's strike forward. Use your true weapon. Forge a path to the living.
A lot of this is still very much what we expected, right?
Life always fights back. It is our nature and our fate.
I don't think we're gonna have big ass cannons in game.
Rise from ruin.
I wouldn't be surprised if we end up
and
having them
be
later.
born in the ashes. The end draws closer. Cross this chasm to face your final trial.
Okay, this is where things start to get interesting. This is where things start to get really interesting. Because right now, it's just been... Okay, we made small changes here. We added some voice lines. We added some emotion to Perlica's voice.
Even you have decided to help me.
I think they even changed the administrator's voice. You hear all this?
Don't go beyond this point. It's dangerous. The pain. The embers.
Such a good touch.
You're the administrator.
And this is where it begins, right? Because if I remember correctly, and I'm gonna pull up the clip shortly after. This was just a block, right? Like, I remember something was there, but this was just a block. This wasn't, it didn't look like this. They added this part later. It was just a slab, right? That looked like voidy. Yeah, this was just a rectangle. Yeah. So immediately when I saw this, my mind went into a rush, dude, because it's like you guys purposely keep doing this and you act as if we don't know, like we don't notice the time frame in which you choose to do all this stuff. This is literally where what's her name? Heredith, I think her name is Heredith. This is literally where she is, like wanting to learn about the rest of the universe. Herda, thank you, Herda. Like she's literally, this is literally where she is. I think it may not be this exact location. I think this is just like a replica of that exact item, but she's literally in this white area with this slab, learning more about the rest of the universe. It's insane how they're tying it all together.
We can save her. Stay with me, child. We won't leave you. All right? Feeling cold? Here, come closer. Feeling warmer now?
This slab is way bigger than it is here. It's bigger. I think it's big. Hold on, let me see her stand next to it. Because I know in Arknights, when Herda is standing next to it, it's much larger. Yeah, it looks smaller here. Yeah, it looks smaller here. This one is tidy in comparison. And I think they do this on purpose because they skip through all of the things that were here before, right? Because we go to the tombs and some of them have text associated with them. And you even go up to Prologue as you're walking through this and there's text there. I think they did this on purpose. I think they changed the text on each one of them and they just didn't want us to see it yet. I think they changed the text on every single one of them. And I'm a hold tight to that until we actually get to see it in game.
You traveled beyond the stars, through death as chill as the cosmic abyss. Yet your heart kept hope alive. For our sake, and for the days to come, you
sacrificed yourself. I cannot wait to finish this damn chapter, bro.
Truth be told, I've always wished that you would find the answer on your own. And find your true self.
I'm telling you, this has to be Priestess. It has to be her. It doesn't make any sense otherwise, right? It doesn't make any sense otherwise. This isn't Prologue. And then this. Okay. She talks like her. You may misunderstand me. It's supposed to look like Prologue, right? I think the whole purpose of her taking Prologue's form is so you don't recognize her as Priestess. It's definitely on purpose. So that's why she sounds and looks like her. Now remember, she was floating in the air before. And that ship that she's about to destroy was not something that she didn't destroy that ship. I think it was just in the background. And if I remember correctly, right after she does this, it skips us to the point where Perlica is just blocking. It doesn't show any of the stuff that it's about to show. So they probably had this already in placeholder, but didn't want us to see it yet. Brother, what is that? What is that? All right, guys, and we begin, because this boss fight shows so much of what we were complaining about. We being like me and Tobro in terms of in terms of like strategy in the game, because this has so much potential here. It's insane.
Careful, don't get hit.
All right, so first off, the ability to knock off the arms. Each arm has their own life bar. All right, this is very sick because it gives you something more than just one objective of just taking down the health of the boss. You have to have enough DPS to take out these arms as quickly as possible.
Break its arm.
Of course, this is the beginning of the game, so you just don't. You're. It's gonna take you longer than it should. Teach you about the skills, the skill chain. Same thing. All right, so now he does this beam that summons swords and beams that also summon Angeloi. You have to dodge the beams while also taking out the Angeloi. Dodge. Same thing, knock out the arms. Still looks pretty basic, right? Still a very interesting mechanic. One arm knocked off. One more left, but this is when it gets interesting. He pulls a sword out and starts using the sword as a weapon. And for every single time that the sword touches a new part of the field, it has this AoE that you must dodge. One, you want to stay out of that field. AoE. 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 Smash. Bosses like this, man. And once you finally knock out his second arm, he falls to the field and an orb manifests that you can actually attack his health.
His powers are already rampant.
This is what I mean.
Unleash your full attack.
This is what I meant when I said that there's so many things about the combat that they can do to make it more than just a bullet sponge. Because just having a huge thing of health. It's just, okay, I just got to make my unit stronger, right? And in the case, yeah, that's true. But here, having other aspects of the boss where you have to complete specific objectives to deal damage to the boss, that is going to make these boss fights very interesting. I can see so many different mechanics being placed in these boss fights, more than just, okay, I'm slapping an arm down, you attack the arm. Once you get the 2 arms destroyed, then you can attack its health. There's so many other things that they can do in these boss fights, and they're setting the foundation for it right here. This is going to be insane. Just wait until they have like a boss where there's like an arm that comes down or a shield or something like that. And the only way you can deal damage to that thing is chain combos. Like, you can do basic attacks just to build upon the chain combos, but just wait. They're going to have a boss in the game. Maybe not at launch, but they're going to have a boss in the game where you can't deal damage to it until you do a certain amount of chain skills to whatever you have to damage. And then once you break that, then you can do damage to the boss. Not only that, they can also make it elemental too. They can also make sure that you have to be doing like fire damage or what is nature damage.
Show's over.
And this is the coolest part of the entire fight. He places a whole bunch of swords down onto the field with a timer. And if you do not destroy the swords in time, it's a wipe. Now, it's staged here, but I guarantee you, if they have mechanics like this in the game, where you have to destroy an entire environment or all these swords or something similar before a certain amount of time is depleted. Putting elemental requirements isn't good because it's going to be pay to win. Man, it's a single player game. It's a single player game. It is what you put into it. If you decide to spend a whole bunch of money on a character, and if you decide to spend a whole bunch of money on a character and make it insanely strong, you're destroying the experience for yourself. That is your fault. Having elemental reactions in the game is a part of the combat system. To say that you shouldn't do that because it makes it pay to win, that would be 100% your fault. You made your character too strong for the boss fights. You decided to do all this, spend all that money. This is a good mechanic.
You must stop that countdown. Death is nearing the shore.
This is so cool. This is so cool. And this is the part that it skips to when you're in the main story or in the beta story. It completely skips that entire thing. They knew that they were going to put this in the game. This was planned from the very beginning. Chaotic, look, there's also a countdown. I know, I said it was. I said there was a countdown. That's the thing that makes it so interesting. You have to deplete all the sword's health before that countdown timer is depleted. You mean they waited for chapter 15 for global? Yes, 100%. They did it last time too with Babel. They waited for global to release. It's not a coincidence that every single time that we see this game again, it somehow ties in and shows something that correlates with the current chapter that we're currently in. Yeah, and they did it for Lone Trail too. Like they did this on purpose. This is no coincidence.
Do not forget our promise. I'll be waiting in the north.
I have no idea what they are planning in terms of the combat experience in this game. But I have a feeling that last beta only scratched the surface, dude. I'm pretty sure all that feedback that we've been giving them, and I'm talking about the people who were filling out the surveys, and some of us creators who have met staff and spoke with them about our experience playing the game and what we have hopes for. This alone shows me that they were listening to, even if it wasn't just me specifically. One of the things I told one of the staff members was, what about when you build all your characters? I remember this specifically. I was like, what about when you build all your characters and they're completely like built out? In Arknights, if we build out our characters, yeah, they're insanely strong, but if they don't meet the mechanic requirements, we still can get clapped in the fight. So what about when we build all our characters in this? Because when we built on all our characters in the infield beta, and we could clap everything in the game. This directly shows me that they are looking into ways. This fight here directly shows me that they are looking into ways for even the people who are very strong in the game still have to play stage mechanics. You aren't just going to clap it in one go. It's going to be hard for them to do this long term because it now has action game mechanics. But just setting the pace here and exploring these ideas is what's going to make this game so great. I'm gonna call you TT because I'm not gonna keep calling you Toboto's Toes, bro. TT. I'm telling you, it would be absolutely insane if, and of course, this is much later down the line. I'm not saying they should do this very soon because then it would hurt the players that haven't invested as much time into the game. But I feel like there's going to be bosses where there's going to be multiple stages of characters. For example, phase 1 of the boss, maybe you could have these 4 characters. And then stage 2 of the boss, you'll have another 3-4 characters, each completing their own tasks for the boss. You hear how cool that freaking sounds? Stage 1 for the boss, the objective is to take out its arm. Okay, what do you have to do to take out its arm? All right, so you must find this on the stage, complete this task, defeat these enemies before dealing actual damage to its arm. Okay, you finally destroyed that part of the arm. Okay, team 2, do the same thing for arm 2 on the other side. Then team 1 goes in to fight a part of the boss, probably the first quarter of its health. You do damage to it. It regenerates an arm. A new mechanic is introduced after that. You see how weird mechanics can make boss fights less squishy, more interactive, and still fun? So a raid, yeah. But I mean, a raid would be, yeah, it pretty much a raid. Yeah, pretty much a raid. That's not Arknights though, TT. What's not Arknights? Wait, hold on. What did he say? What did he say? He didn't say anything. TT didn't say anything. Can't wait for fall CC at 240. Like needing for a specific character for a specific boss. Wait, I didn't say that. I didn't say you need a specific character. Where did he say that? Did it block that? Because I don't see him saying anything. If they follow AKMO, they'd have the highest reachable rewards for in-game contents. TT did say that? It's not showing it on my... Let me refresh. Hold on. Let me refresh. Give me a second. I might be missing. Oh, God. There's a lot of stuff that people were saying that I wasn't seeing. I'm hoping this means we're getting MMO-like raid bosses. I hope Triangulos got buffed with speed movements. People are too traumatized by Hoyo pay-to-win in-game. I'm going to say this, and this might be a hot take. It's a single-player game. You get what you put into it. Now, unless I'm missing something that Hoyo did that was absolutely horrible, it makes no sense to me. Did Hoyo make some sort of in-game that requires you to spend money in order to complete it? They did? Wait, Hoyo has in-game? We're talking about Genshin Impact, right? If you don't got the latest units, you're fucked. That's crazy. Are you guys exaggerating, or is this... Be real. Or I want you to be honest with me. Just think about what you're saying to me. Did they create an in-game where you need the new character? Keyword need. Hoyo has dog shit. That's I don't know about in-game content, but Genshin did have a spending event. Hoyo in-game is always shield content where stat bloated enemies. If you have the newest character, because mechanics and... You can do it with other units, though. Okay, it's split, so I don't really know which one to kind of believe. It's hard, but I don't think it's only for whales. Okay, so it's split. Some people say it is, and some people say it isn't. So we're going to move past that. I'm going to leave that alone. But what I am saying is that you don't need any specific characters unless it's probably elemental, which just makes it okay as long as you have the element, which I'm pretty sure over a year's time, someone will have at least one character per element, right? That's fair to say, right? That should be fair to you guys. After a year's time, we have one character fully built per element. New characters make it easier if you want to have a simple time. Okay, you're still talking about the Genshin thing. Yeah. That sucks for them, but I'm talking like actually making mechanics for the game. Not necessarily tying something to a specific character or needing a specific character in order to complete. Embedding mechanics into the game, right, isn't a requirement for a specific character. It's a requirement for a specific element or for you to complete a specific task. That is what I'm trying to impose. If you have characters in if you have elements fully built, right? You have one for element 1, one for element 2, one for element 3, and one for element 4. And you can go in and meet the elemental requirements for the boss, then that's all you need. You don't necessarily need a character per se, because that would be, I guess, pay to win. And judging from the way that they've done their gacha system, despite me not caring about the gacha system, I think, my opinion, you guys can agree or disagree in the chat, I think, based off of what I saw with the gacha system, that it's completely fair. It's a great gacha system if we're going to have one at all. Because you get the character, and it gives you a currency to get the weapon just for getting the character. Every pull, you get the currency for the weapon, so you can essentially get the weapons for free. I think that's great. I still need to see the pull income. I mean, I'm judging based off of the beta. Of course, we don't know what that looks like. First time chatter here. Yeah, I agree with Arknights gacha is fair. We're talking about the infield gacha. The normal Arknights gacha is completely fair, except when they don't give me what I fucking want. That's not fair. But I'm totally kidding. Every single time I haven't gotten a character has been completely my fault for not playing the game as much as I should. But let's get back on topic, right? What I'm saying is having mechanics to encourage you to learn how to defeat specific thing, regardless of character, maybe by having an element, and that's a maybe, depending on what they're trying to get you to do, is a huge W in my opinion. Smashing an arm on the ground and you having to, hold on a second, I see your message. Smashing an arm on the ground and having to complete a task in order to actually deal damage to the boss is great. Absolutely fantastic. You fight a boss that unlocks a new map. Also, that boss has a new mechanic. All the enemies in the new map work with that mechanic. A whole new map? I wouldn't say that. That's crazy. You mean not just stage mechanics, but boss enemy mechanics too? Combined. Yes, combined. Having not just an arm hit the ground, but also having okay, let's look at it this way. This is a better way to put it. View the arm as part of a task that you must complete, not necessarily a part of the boss. All right. The arm hits the ground. Enemies spawn. Before you can take out the arm, you must defeat all the enemies on the stage. Go hit this button over here so something falls and then deals damage to the arm. Okay, then once you do that 2-3 times, you tell team number 2 that you've built, right? And once again, I'm assuming this is over a year's time, not necessarily at the beginning of the game, because no one's gonna have full teams built for this. Then you tell team 2 on the other side to take out the other arm. You do the same thing. Arm hits the ground, defeat all the enemies, go hit button over there. Now you have an opportunity to defeat to actually harm the boss. Boss falls to the ground, still dealing damage at the same time. Keep that in mind. It's still dealing damage. You still have to dodge. You still have to pay attention to specific cues, but you're dealing damage to the actual boss. A quarter of its health is gone. Okay, it gets up. Arm regenerates. Now, when the arm hits the ground the second time, a whole new mechanic has been introduced. It isn't just defeating enemies and hitting a button anymore. No, it's defeating enemies Now you have to deal a certain amount of damage to something that's blocking the button, and then you have to go like adding mechanics and stacking those mechanics to finally defeat the boss, defeat the boss's health, depending on how deep they want to go with it. This is just basic ass raid mechanics, but they don't do these things in gacha games, bro. And depending on how they go about them, it doesn't have to be basic. That's basically a Triangulos boss. Triangulos boss is, okay. Triangulos boss is actually the exact opposite of what I'm saying, because while yes, you do have 3 stages to the boss, and you do have parry opportunities, it is just a health gauge, and you have to defeat the boss by just attacking it. With the exception of stage 2. Sorry, with the exception of stage 2. Because stage 2 has all those enemies on the ground. You defeat the enemies and its health goes down. Essentially, what I'm saying is add mechanics that encourage you to learn how you're supposed to get to the actual boss. Instead of just going to the boss, I'm dealing damage with a rotation that I've done 1,000 times on every single boss. And now I can do it with my eyes closed. Then add harder modes to the boss with new mechanics that weren't in the previous versions. That is good design. They can pull it off. Of course, it's Hypergryph, but they need the boss balanced to low rarities to make it fair to new players free to play. I see what you're saying, but I'm going to always be of the notion that there should be harder content that isn't for newer players. It is for the more experienced players. Something that the more experienced players, after gearing up and trying to get to a specific damage, dealing a certain amount of damage, they are now harder optional content. Thank you. They are now focused on these people who have invested a lot into their characters. Because if you don't do that, you just have a situation where everything is easy for the people who have invested in their characters. What's the point in optimizing your characters if everything's easy? You have, at a certain point, you can't always focus on the new players and free-to-play players. Sorry, you should always focus on free-to-play players. But they should always be willing, free-to-play players, they should always be willing to invest enough time to do the harder content. It shouldn't be easily accessible. Does that make sense? So basically, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. For example, like to make it even easier, normal Arknights, of course, your free-to-play player, new player, can get through all the story content, play through all the events, complete all of it as long as they slightly invest in their characters, as long as they're leveling them up and know the mechanics of each one of their characters, right? Know the perk of each stage. Everyone can defeat it. But then they have the harder stages. Then they have CC. Then they have IS. All these things add another level of difficulty to the game that you must have knowledge on in order to complete. If you don't have that knowledge, you might struggle a little bit. And you can borrow ops, yeah. RA. So I'm not saying completely gate out the free-to-play players. The free-to-play players just have to be willing to invest more time into the game so they are able to complete that content. Shut up, Beefy. I love this shit. I love this shit. It would have been a nice touch too. This is just me coming out of the out of chapter 15 of Arknights. It would have been another nice touch if each one of these characters, because you've never met any of these characters before, Surtur, Angelina, like if they had that effect, that Originium effect on them, so that you couldn't see their faces and they were staticky, but you still see them doing their attacks on the field. That would be sick. It's just a nice little touch that I just thought of.
Now, break its arm.
Watch this! Ready to strike. Take your end. Hey, yeah.
Her name is Angelina, okay? Say it with me now. Say it with me. Say it with me. Angelina. All right? Angelina. Fight me.
Take this! Watch this! Trust and crystallize! Take this! Ready to strike, crystallize!
This is so goated. Yes, I agree. No timer. Like, what do you mean? No timer for what? There is no timer here. Did I miss something?
Watch this! Ready to strike. Hey, yeah. Trust in me.
Oh, this is so cool. He slammed down, AoE effect in one section of the field, drag it over to the second one, AoE in that area, drag it over to the third, AoE in the third area. Every single one must be dodged. And then when he slams down, you got to dodge that one.
Take this! Ready to crystallize!
Slams down, orb comes out. Now you're dealing actual damage to the enemy. Surtur moves differently.
Trust in me. Take your end. Show's over.
I'd have to see how she moved in the last one. Her QTE is different. Yeah, her kit got changed, I believe. I thought her movements just were optimized. I don't. Are you sure her kit is different?
Is nearing the shore.
This is so sick. Too late, took you too long. Total wipe.
Do not forget our promise.
Such an opportunity for great boss design is here. Such an opportunity. And the thing is, they can still give us the same 3 bosses that they did before. Maybe add some mechanics or 2 to each one of them. And then when they start showing the new content, maybe like 1.1 or something, that's when you start showing the more complex stuff. Of course, for story reasons, you would still want to make it completable. But then when you go back and fight the boss again, that's when you get the more difficult mechanics and stuff. Man, there's so much here. There's so much here. These voice lines.
We will not let it fall.
This is still my favorite part of the entire thing, too.
Countless dreams and sacrifices gave rise to this tower. As its successor, we will not let it fall.
These flowers are...
A legacy.
A tomb. A lonely soul that never
meant
meant
to
to
bear
bear.
such burdens.
Bro,
In
in the end, you chose not to let go. I'm telling you, they cooked.
The taint is spreading. I can hear the originium weep.
Monster in the background is getting cooked by those bullets. I don't know what it's fighting, but do you think a closed beta test is coming soon before official release?
Use your true weapon.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care either way. If they do a closed beta test right before, of course, cool, exciting, right? I'm definitely gonna be excited and definitely will want to play it. But I'm more focused on the actual release. I'm actually really, I care more for the actual release.
Life.
Now, if they have a beta planned, that would be sick.
It is our nature and our fate. Rise from ruin and be reborn.
The only reason I can see them doing one more beta test is to show us what the actual game is.
Draws closer.
Because
Cross the
the actually I just let it keep playing.
face your final.
Because every single beta test has shown us a fragment of something. Not necessarily the exact picture. Stuff was missing from every single one. No more betas. Too much beta test is gonna lose my hype, to be honest. No, it won't, because guess what's gonna happen? And I'm talking directly to you, Ari. You may not be interested in that beta test, but I guarantee you, even after that beta test, you're still gonna play the game. You're still gonna be excited for it.
Don't go beyond this point. It's dangerous. The pain.
You may not be as excited for the same content that will be shown in that beta, but you'll be excited for 1.1. You'll be excited for 1.2. You'll be excited for 1.3. You'll be excited for 1.4. I guarantee you that beta ain't gonna lose your hype. It's just people are excited to just finally make their account, and I understand that. And if they could just release the game without another beta, I'm all for it. But if they need to do another beta for whatever reason, I'm okay with that. I know it's been asked about Winfield. Probably. Okay, so it said Q1 2026, right? Tomorrow. You guys in that meme. It said Q1 2026, right? What did the Apple page say? Oh, I'm in the browser. Early 2026. So it didn't say Q1. It said early. Okay, if it was Q1, then it would be by March. Early makes me think like January or very early February. 6th anniversary. What's the exact date of the 6th anniversary? Launch of my birthday, please. Geo, you impatient bastard. 6 months from now is global episode. I don't think it's going to be 6 months from now anymore. They've already been pushing stuff ahead. I don't think it's 6 months anymore. Nah, I think the game's going to release before April. I don't think it's going to be Arknight's birthday.
You traveled beyond the stars, through death as chill as the cosmic abyss. Yet your heart kept hope alive.
They're not going to make us wait all the way until March.
For our sake,
I don't see that.
days to come, you sacrificed yourself.
I don't remember where I saw this. Someone in the chat's going to know what I'm talking about. The dev specifically said, we know the fan base is growing impatient, but please have trust in us. It's definitely going to be the first 2 months of 2026. If it's any later than that, I think they understand how impatient players are getting.
Truth be told, I've always wished that you would find the answer on your own. And find your true self.
You have your 17 Pro already? Of course you do. They sold you on a dream and you fell for it. This is so cool. I still want to know who she is. But I'm just about to get a new phone anyway. So there's this company, right, that I've been advocating for like, I don't know, past 3 years. You know, we call them Red Magic. Some call them NTE. You know, some call them Nubia. But either way, I think that might be the right company for you, man. I'm just saying. Is it NTE? It's NT something. Ah, my bad. It's ZTE. My bad. What is NT? What is NT? Oh, Neverness to Everness. My bad. ZTE. Y'all got what I was saying. Shut up.
Don't get hit. Now, Ricketts on.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I even said that is because I would never buy an iPhone for gaming. I would buy it for photography. I would buy it for like being a just if you're into that style of phone, I'd buy it for a phone, but I wouldn't get it for gaming. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even use my Red Magic as a normal phone. I have two phones. This is the phone that I use normally, right? This is a Pixel 7, I think. A Pixel 7 or a Pixel 9. Let me see. Which one do I have? It's a Pixel 9X Pro XL. So I have that, and then I have my Red Magic phone for games. Oh no, don't game on a Pixel. If you're gonna game on a Pixel, make sure it's something like like you're playing Pokemon Go or something. Xiaomi's a good company. They have good phones. This is so cool. Seeing them focus on something other than just the main health on a boss for once. But can it run Crisis? Actually, Renegade? Yes, it can. It can. It can run Crisis. Hold on. I'm going to show you an app. Where's my... I'm going to show you really quick. So this is an app called Game Hub? And this has a PC emulator built into it. Not only that, but you can go right to Steam, your Steam library after you sign in, and download any one of the games that's in your Steam library and try it on your phone. Yes, it takes a lot of storage to download. Yeah. Wait, what? Yes. This is a PC emulator. No, not cloud gaming. It is installing the game to your local storage. PC emulator. Uninstall game.
Well, daughter of Hades.
Now, you see this on screen stuff? I can plug up a controller and play this with a normal controller and everything, but running off of my Red Magic phone. This is the PC version on Steam playing, and it's running at 76 frames per second on this device. There are videos of people playing Resident Evil and shit on this. Anyways, we'll get right back to the... Okay, you guys should see it now. But can you run an Android emulator on your feet? Shut up! Shut up! I gotta sleep for work tomorrow. Thanks for the stream. Hey, enjoy yourself, Takaru. Have a good day. I know it was a joke. That's why I had to make sure people knew. Were those new icons under the attacks, or were those there before? Hold on. I have the footage from the let me hide my screen real quick. I have footage from the last beta test. I'm going to download it directly from my gameplay. And we can see the differences between the two. Okay. Come on, load. Okay. So this is the beta footage.
Administrator has arrived. Verifying identity.
Yeah, it took a while so I could get stuff for thumbnails and stuff.
Sorry.
You've arrived. What took you so long?
Sorry.
Oh, her voice
I was
sounds
held up.
so different.
What is that?
Originium, bringer of civilization and catastrophes. I'm glad to be with you again. This time, we'll not leave any regret. Let's travel forth, Administrator.
Oh, her voice sounds so different.
The Angoloi are using the Black Originite. Desolation will follow in their wake. Stop the Angoloi and destroy it. Destroy the Originite. Dijon shall provide support from low orbit and will extract you at the destination.
I don't know why I paused here.
There's a cliff ahead of you.
I can get across with the zip line. Hostile contact.
Prepare.
I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of like the
To engage.
I kind of like the PlayStation UI
These
a little better.
hostilities serve as the harbingers of destruction and heralds of catastrophes.
Oh yeah, this is when I was trying to figure out the timing for dodges. And to those who kept on asking me if the upside down zipline was there in beta, there it is right there. It's always been there.
The tower of our past will not fall that easily.
Yeah, they changed so much. Remember, she talks about Originite and destroying the Originite here.
You've arrived. What took you so long?
Sorry. I was held up. Originium.
Blessing, solely yours.
Yeah, that's new.
Stolen and tainted. Your fate isn't confined to one path. This time, leave no regrets. Travel forth, Administrator.
It's very simple changes, but it's enough.
Originium is the pillar of life.
This is
The
new.
link that connects everyone. This expedition must not fail.
Remember, she was saying something about destroy the Originite and you'll be picked up. Or extracted, sorry. You'll be extracted at the
This will be a difficult campaign.
I can make it over with my zip line. Yeah, I like this. It has a better flow. I can't wait to see. Well, I'm gonna be playing female Inman anyway,
Time to
so seeing these flashy moves just makes it even easier to choose.
Angle. The most alien life form that never tires.
For the smaller hitbox, right?
We resisted their ruin and devastation.
Why male Inman not flashy? I'm pretty sure he's been updated too. It's just they didn't show him here. He didn't make the. They didn't make the comment about the tower. They removed it.
The Ankyloid grow in number. Press on. This town cannot stop us.
Yeah, they completely removed that comment. R1 and square.
Our journey was long. Countless dreams and sacrifices gave rise to this tower.
Did they just give? Okay, hold on. We're now back at the beta footage. Oh, I just noticed that. They moved some of the information as a tip at the bottom. And they moved the 3 bars that are on the bottom to above the health bar.
The power of the Black Arknight is accelerating their spawning.
That's not there anymore. Excuse me, I'm just making sure there's no hidden anything. You never know if devs hide something somewhere, so. Yeah, they just put this as a tooltip instead of making you have a full screen thing.
No second chance.
Okay, let's see. What did they say here? Sorry. Oh yeah, I had to reinstall my computer after this. I forgot. Because my frames were acting really weird. No comment at all. She doesn't say anything here.
These flowers are so beautiful.
That's it?
Why do I feel this painful sadness?
Oh man, I love this. This version's so much better.
We will not let it fall.
These flowers are...
A legacy, a tomb, a lonely soul, never meant to bear such burdens. In the end,
You chose not to let go. I love that. I love that so much.
The taint is spreading. I can hear the Originium weep. Death knocks on the door. Our time is short.
I'm okay with the extra Prologue yap. Or sorry, priestess yap.
We can no longer retreat. Let's strike forward. Use your true weapon.
tower offense.
Life always fights back. It is our nature and our fate. Rise from ruin and be reborn in the ashes. The end draws closer. Cross this chasm to face your final trial.
Everything in this new trailer looks so much more crisp.
Even you have decided to help me.
I don't think any of this was there. Man, I wish they just had another Easter egg in this room for only like specific people to find.
The Angaloy are overrunning our defenses.
You know what? I know what they're doing. I get it now.
Prepared for this battle.
In this beta footage, they keep talking about the Angaloy. We don't know who the Angaloy are right now. But they're talking about it as if we're supposed to know a lot about this species. While the new footage, they're more trying to talk about you. And events that happened in the past. She was already talking by now in this.
Have D jump deploy our static defenses.
Yeah, this is all. This is all super stiff. Whoever they hired to rewrite the vocals in all this, that person is doing their job very well.
Death is just, and it awaits for all. Countless sacrifices have been made to bring our civilization to this day and place.
What the fuck?
We will eventually overcome this barrier of suffering and continue our march forward.
Okay, I'm gonna continue with the beta footage just to see how different this section is. But I'm gonna skip over the parts where they go to the tombs because they don't do that in the new footage. What do you say here?
Even you have decided to help me.
Okay, it's basically the same. Yeah, there's nothing here. They added so much to that one section.
Tombstones. Who are the ones buried here?
For those who linger in your memories, but are no longer with us. We have lost much, and we kept our backs turned for too long.
Wow. We had a whole fight here, all about teaching us about stagger. And the thing in the center just disappears. It doesn't disappear in this one, does it?
It's dangerous. The pain. The Empress angry.
Try not to move.
You might have a fracture.
You're the administrator. She's still breathing. We can save her. Stay with me, child. You won't leave you. All right? Feeling cold? Here, come closer. Feeling warmer now.
Yeah, this is so... Epitaph. Yeah, it stays there.
You traveled beyond the stars, through death as chill as the cosmic abyss. Yet your heart kept hope alive.
Now watch how different this scene is.
For our sake, and for the days to come, you
Watch how different this scene is. We'll skip through all this. Wait. So what does So what does the tomb say now? What does the tomb say? I told you. They added something there that they don't want us to see yet. And in this one, the tomb still has something there. She's standing at it, and you can go and talk to her over there. So whatever they say over here, they just don't want us to see it yet.
I can do. I have faith in you.
Yeah, it's got to be spoilers for chapter 15 or something.
Will I see you again? In the next awakening?
Someone will always be there when you wake.
That's not there
And I
anymore.
shall wait at the northernmost point of this land. The time has come. Let it begin.
I don't remember why I was making these pauses. Okay, so this looks somewhat the same. But this looks very different now. More like Originium. And now she's just floating in the air with the thing behind her. No swords. Beams come down and destroy it.
Do not forget our promise. I'll be waiting in the north.
They did this on purpose, man. They skipped that entire section.
You traveled beyond the stars, through death as chill as the cosmic abyss. Yet your heart kept hope alive. For our sake, and for the days to come, you sacrificed yourself. Truth be told, I've always wished that you would find the answer on your own. And find your true self.
Find your true self. Definitely talking about Oracle, right? See how different this looks? Now she lands on top of it instead. Summons a sword, and that sword destroys. And everything from this point on is new. That's insane how much work they did on just this section. On just this section. So how much work did they do on the rest of the story that we've already played? All right, Afro. See you later, bro. Stream's not going to be too much longer.
Careful, don't get hit. Now, make it time.
One hit! Ready to strike. Take your end. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Giving us a full experience.
Take this.
It reduces the amount of tutorials needed after this section's over.
Trust and crystallize.
It's telling you about ultimates, about everything that's going on. I saw the war wielder fallen amid the gore.
Ready to strike. Crystallize.
I saw the grave mocker lost upon death's shore.
One hit. Ready to strike. Hey, yeah. Trust in me.
O'er boundless realms, no crown endureth evermore. Glory lifteth thee, honor enthroneth thee, time seizeth thee. Dodge! Yeah, this is so much more cinematic, so much more enjoyable.
Take this. Ready to crystallize.
His powers are already rampant. Unleash your full attack.
Unleash your full attack. Yeah, use all your ultimates right here. Because if you don't use all your ultimates right here, you might actually be able to defeat the boss in the other phase.
Take your end. Show's over.
As yon stairs way, all maids shall meet anew.
You must stop that countdown. Death is nearing the shore.
Dawn, dusk. Eternity hath come. Jaeger?
Do not
Yeah.
forget our promise. I'll be waiting in the north.
They did really good with this. They did really good with this. All right, chat. So now we just have to wait until they're willing to reveal more. I honestly do feel like they're going to have another beta. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I think they're going to announce it relatively soon. Because now we've seen that they've changed the entire beginning of the game. I think this beta is just going to show us what the game is actually going to start like. Get some feedback on it right before they release the game. Yeah. Fantastic job to the devs that worked on this. Fantastic job. But yeah, that's it, chat. We went through this like 4 or 5 times. We've talked about some of the things here. Lowlight waited until chapter 15 to drop all this. Yeah, I said that so much earlier. Tomorrow morning, I will be finishing chapter 15. All right. I'm going to start at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Normal time for me to go live in the mornings. So we'll be continuing it early tomorrow. And hopefully you guys will join me because this is going to be the finale stream for chapter 15. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in with me. This ended up not being so much of an analysis, but more of rants of all the cool things in here. We did talk about some of the things that we noticed in the trailer that has been expanded on. So I guess it's kind of an analysis, but I still think this was a really good stream. I appreciate you guys. I feel like it may not be too much longer before we see something from them. So stay tuned. We'll probably be joining each other again shortly after chapter 15. Fingers crossed. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Love you guys. And peace out, everyone. Oh, man. The waiting game is insane. I'm probably going to watch this trailer another 1,000 times before we actually get to the release. But, hey.